Hi, I'm Diane Macedo. Let's get right to our top story. Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado is thanking President Trump for capturing Nicolas Maduro and stressing that the Venezuelan people are now at the threshold of freedom, but it will be a complex process.
And the only thing I want to assure the Venezuelan people is that Venezuela is going to be free, and that's going to be achieved with the support of the people of the United States and the President, Donald Trump of the United States.
And Machado hopes to win President Trump's support for her to lead Venezuela, but so far that is proving complicated. Our Karen Travers is at the White House with more on that. Karen, we heard Machado there speaking. It sounds pretty confidently, like she thinks that President Trump will support a transition to democracy in Venezuela and will support her. But so far he seems pretty content to throw his support behind interim President Delcy Rodriguez, who is a Maduro loyalist. So any sense that yesterday's meeting changed that at all? What's the White House saying?
There's no sense of that, because the only message, Diane, that we have heard publicly from the administration is that the president's position on Machado leading in Venezuela has not changed. And what he said last week is that she doesn't have the support in the country and the respect to lead right now. And what the administration has said is that they like what they're seeing and the cooperation that they're getting from the acting president, Delcy Rodriguez, and that they like where things are going at this point. We've also continued to hear from the administration that they believe they have maximum leverage. That's the phrase they keep using over that acting government right now in Venezuela. And Diane, the president has been very clear. He wants to see the United States have full access to Venezuela's oil reserves. And they have worked out an agreement right now with that acting president and the government there. And I think a lot of questions then of what would happen if there was a new government and what continues from at that point. The president spoke to Delcy Rodriguez on Wednesday on the phone and said that she has been, quote, very good to deal with. And that's the message we keep hearing from the White House. There has not been that public sense of commitment from the president about an election process and the transition to Machado and the opposition party, even though Machado said that she believes that they will be taking our government, as she put it, when the time arrives.
Yeah, Machado's clearly trying to lobby here, Karen. So what are you watching for next?
I think the question to the president, and he's expected to leave the White House just in a couple of moments, is did he give Machado any indication of what he wants to see in a timeline for an election? The only thing we've heard from the White House is that the president hopefully wants to see an election one day, but that his timeline hasn't changed, indicating that there isn't a public timeline from the president. Like I said, they're very content right now, by all indications publicly, with the status quo at this point. But you mentioned it. You know, Delcy Rodriguez was the vice president under Nicolas Maduro, his hand-picked vice president. She has deep ties to the Maduro regime. So it is so significant that you hear the administration say that they took out Nicolas Maduro, but they're still dealing with people who were so loyal to him and closely tied to him.
All right, Karen Travers for us at the White House. Thank you.